Hey, what's up, you guys? New t-shirt, new vlog. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to get prepared for Infantry OSUT at Fort Benning, Georgia. Alright, to start out, what you want to do first is stop eating unhealthy. You want to basically cut out all the fat, greasy foods, stop eating out as much. You want to eat more home-cooked meals, not like unhealthy home-cooked meals, of course, like, say, for instance, chicken that you just greased up in a pan, or you put inside the frying oil and stuff like that. That doesn't make a difference. You have to change your diet first, because if you change your diet, that's going to help a lot with exercise later on in life in general, and also it'll help with you to sustain more muscle mass and stuff in the future. Unlike me, I've always eaten healthy. I've just never been able to gain muscle as easily as other people, which I absolutely hate. It makes my life harder, but that's life for it. Anywho, next thing you want to do is start running as soon as you possibly can. Start doing running circuits along with sit-ups, push-ups, and then start working on deadlifts and pull-ups, and also rope climbing if you can find a rope. Because the new PT test in 2019, they have multiple things that have to do with legs, so definitely start getting your legs pumped up for that, along with getting a nice ab workout into your routine, usually almost every single day except for on the weekends, because you should definitely leave 2 days to have a recovery from your workout that week. So make sure you're running a lot. The most you're going to run is 5 miles. It's called the Eagle Run. You usually run that before you graduate, and that's straight after FTX and STX. So it's gonna suck a lot because you're already sore and you're tired, and you have to already do that. So definitely start running, because that is going to be 5 miles at a 8:30 pace, depending how nice your drill sergeants are feeling that day. Our drill sergeants made sure we finished that in a 38-minute time, and you have 45 minutes to complete the whole thing. So you definitely can do it as long as you start training now, or just try your best and try your hardest while you're at basic. I know I got there and I was not the strongest runner, never have been. I'm a short distance sprinter from high school, and I started putting all of my effort into every single PT session we had, and started actually trying and stuff like that. And since I had a guide, aka drill sergeant, I wanted to actually try and do better than the average Joe. So I definitely pushed myself. Maybe might have pushed myself a little too much, because it resulted in my injury I currently have now, and also an injury I had after a 12-mile ruck. So it's another thing to make sure you do not get injured at basic, or if you do, try and heal up as fast as possible, because if you are put on profile, which means you're injured for a certain amount of time, you're going to get recycled. And you do not want that, especially if you get further down the road. So number 1 was eat healthy. Number 2 was definitely start exercising, start building your legs up, start running a lot. Definitely get the cardiovascular endurance up, because once you hit down to Georgia, like I said, I'm from North Dakota, so when I went down to Georgia, I was breathing like a mother trucker. I was dying. I did not expect the humidity to affect my breathing that much, but I was suffering for the first couple of weeks there for sure, and it sucked, but because I could have been able to breathe a little bit more if I had run just a little bit more probably at home, which I didn't really do because I was working or doing other sports or doing homework, stuff like that, and it ate up a lot of my time, which I could have been working on myself and getting prepared for what I'm doing now. So, and then So you want to eat healthy, make sure you start exercising, build up those legs, make sure you're eating protein so then you can sustain that pressure you're putting on your body to gain weight and gain muscle and stuff like that. And then number 5, the most important one that I did not do at all, my dance coach would kill me for, that I did not stretch every single day. Except for on the weekends, you don't really have to do that because weekends are usually more relaxed. Saturdays are kind of iffy depending on what your drill sergeants want, but Sundays are your haven for that days. You don't really do anything unless somebody messes up, decides to wear a civilian baseball cap down to the laundry room, gets caught by the drill sergeant, something like that. Just an example. But so make sure you stretch Monday through Friday for sure. Definitely want to make sure you're stretching those legs, making sure that your body is healing up okay through that weekend, because your legs are going to be taking most of the toll because you are doing PT in the morning and then you're doing smoke sessions in between those, and then you have ruck marches you have to be careful for, and you have runs that you have to be careful for, and anything else that they come up with that spontaneously happens. And then definitely during FTX and STX you have to be careful for injuries too. A lot of people trip and fall or get stung by 49 bees, believe it or not. Don't kneel in a bee patch, by the way. So things like that can happen, so definitely be careful while you're out in the field to reduce risk to injury. We've had multiple people get injured. Like I said, one person got stung by multiple bees, another person cut their leg on C-wire, completely cut their calf open, still graduated because of that. But for other injuries, not so much. If you get injured to where it's an actual injury and it's like a broken bone or something like that, if your drill sergeants are there to vouch to you, they will push you through, but sometimes they will tell you, you have to heal up or we're going to recycle you, so then you can heal up and graduate with the next cycle that comes through that you're able to graduate with. And they might push you back to white phase even though you're in black or gold phase, and it's going to suck a lot because I've had a couple of guys that I graduated with that went back from white phase or black phase or gold phase, and they went all the way back to red, and it absolutely sucked to hear about that because I did not want to get put in the same position, and you don't want to either because your life is going to suck. A lot of recruiters don't tell you this either, but there is this in processing station called 30th AG. It is going to be your living nightmare for however long you were there. Most people, because there's been a wave of people coming in, you're going to be stuck there from either 2 weeks to 2 months. Recently, from what I've heard, they're starting to let people get mail. Usually they just let you send out mail. You're not allowed to get mail back. If you get mail back, the drill sergeants are going to smoke the crap out of you, so it might have changed the rules there, I don't know. But for the most part, your day is going to go for the first week. You have the first 48 hours, you're going to be up, no sleep, eating when you're supposed to, going from room to room to room to room, getting all your stuff, and you are going to start hallucinating. I was seeing animals in the hallway, I was seeing multiple people that weren't there, I was starting to hear things. You're gonna go insane for the few hours that you actually sleep, because if they caught you sleeping too in the rooms that you're waiting in or in the huge auditorium that they have you sitting in, you're gonna get smoked, or you're gonna get the whole entire room in there smoked because you're doing this whole entire ideal. So make sure you stay awake. Make sure you are paying attention when you have to. Try to take in the information that they give you during that first 48, because it's going to be important information, but because you're so sleep deprived from the drive there, you're not going to really retain much of it. And that is not the beginning of your basic experience. That's just to get your uniform, get your hair cut if you're a guy, or if you're a girl, you can get touched up too if you want. And then you're also getting your warrior skills book, your blue book, which you'll get once you get, or you'll know about once you get there. so I'm not going to tell you too much about that. It's pretty much just everything an infantryman needs to know, everything a soldier needs to know, all that stuff. The sergeants there are usually okay. The drill sergeants there can be kind of a hassle. They're a little bit more aggressive just because it is one of the unhappiest places I've probably ever been in or seen. So working there, I can just about imagine how emotionally drained you can get from being there. So don't be surprised if your drill sergeant's on your butt all whole entire time. The DFAC there is pretty nice. I would definitely not complain about that. The basics DFAC, I personally loved it. Compared to this one here is nothing compared because at basic they give you fresh foods. Everything's hot as soon as you go through. Here they don't really change it until like maybe an hour, not even probably. So yeah, definitely eat healthy too while you're there. Don't slack off just because you have a couple days before basic. Oh, I'm gonna eat some sweets because who knows when I'm gonna eat that last. No, don't do that. Discipline yourself. But so yeah, 30th AG is just pretty much a living nightmare for that amount of time. You're waking up at the butt crack of dawn even earlier than I was at basic, and sometimes here even. So it's gonna suck a lot of butt, and you're gonna be waiting outside on the cement, waiting to go to bed, but you can't because drill sergeants have to keep you up for a certain amount of time and stuff like that. And if you're having mental problems or anything else, definitely talk to somebody because committing suicide's not the way to go, especially not there. There was a case that happened where they were making fun of a kid who did not complete the action, and he eventually got kicked out of the army for that, but he just got absolutely no support from anybody there except for the people who actually have to take care of them. So if you're looking for a way out, that's not it, because it's just going to take longer. You're going to be stuck there longer, and 30th AG is not a place where you want to be stuck at. If you want to be stuck anywhere, basic is better than 30th AG. I would never want to go back there. So basically, to not go back to 30th AG is graduate basic. Don't get fat and lazy at basic, because you will go back there. And you will have to wait until the next cycle comes through. And if you're female, you'll be there probably for a good month. And just don't hurt yourself, because if you hurt yourself bad enough, you'll go on con leave, which means you'll go home for a certain amount of days or weeks. Then you go to 30th AG and heal up, and then do physical therapy, and then go back to basic. Is usually what happens, unless the commander lets you off, like, oh yeah, there's no way that she's gonna be able to come back. So, but that's it. I've blurted out everything I've got to say today. I am sorry this video is so late. I completely blanked on it. I was busy doing other things which weren't as important, so I apologize. But you guys have a great rest of your night, and as always, peace out.